All right, well, talk to me first about Congressman Hoyer's comment. That to me betrays, I know it's a very simple sentence, but it betrays something very fundamental about the Democrats' impeachment effort, that they believe the burden of proof rests with President Trump and that their frivolous allegations are a verdict of guilty unless President Trump can explain them away.
Well, look at who one of the impeachment managers is. It's Adam Schiff. I mean, he declared Trump guilty in the Russian collusion narrative many times. Again, he said he still has evidence. There's been no mea culpa. The whole entire Russia narrative was built on this idea that, Trump had to prove his innocence. So this is really nothing new from the Democratic Party. What's interesting, however, is that, the charges on the impeachment articles are obstruction of Congress. He obstructed justice and, abuse of power. But it's interesting what happened in the House of Representatives with Nancy Pelosi. I mean, look, this was a Democratic-controlled impeachment. The Republicans had limited ability to call witnesses. She was obstructing them from doing any sort of due process on the president's part. Moreover, she obstructed the Senate, which is also part of Congress, from receiving the articles of impeachment until it became prudent for them in order to do so. I mean, she was obviously losing here. She gained nothing by doing it. But that was an obstruction of Congress, was it not? And I mean, it was an abuse of power to say, look, this is the House of Representatives has the power to impeach, not the Speaker of the House. So I just find it interesting that these are the two things that they picked to impeach the president on are two of the very same things that they've done.
Yeah, it's ironic. It's a Saul Alinsky tactic, if you will, to point the finger and accuse somebody of something that you're doing yourself so that it's hard for them to turn around and say, nah, you're the one who did it. That's exactly what the Democrats are doing here. Nancy Pelosi, by the way, has told the American people, told Democrats that she doesn't enjoy this process. She said it's serious, it's somber. She hushed her caucus on the floor of the House of Representatives after the impeachment vote. When they started to cheer, she gave them the finger and told them not to cheer. But then she was all smiles. She was all smiles when she signed those impeachment articles before she sent them over to the Senate. And she claims that this isn't personal, that it's her duty to do this. But then listen to what she says to President Trump. Regardless of what happens to the Senate, this is what Nancy Pelosi says to the president. Listen.
Just for the record, being impeached is a bad thing, right?
And you're impeached forever.
Yeah.
Does that sound personal to you, or does that sound like she's enjoying it, or does it sound serious and somber? There's a conflict here.